That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have you with us. We'll be joined by our radio audience just around the corner. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez tuning in over there in the beautiful studio over in Riverside, Beaumont to be exact. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
So you got a lot of stuff you're handling over there. What's in the news that we're going to look forward to?
Let's see. A lot of stuff's in the news today. Not necessarily good stuff, but it's there. I am excited for this weekend though. Saturday.
Ooh, what's so exciting about Saturday, Jesse?
Or wait, 20. Actually, no. I think it might be Friday. A new movie gets released this weekend.
Okay, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. Don't forget, we have plans for Saturday. I think you forgot you made.
No, I didn't forget.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, I'm still gonna destroy you in Magic. It's okay.
Okay, all right. You know what? Whatever. Okay, so for those of you tuning in, we may even, who knows? I don't know if the broadcast quality out there is just as good, but we'll be at the Pasadena Odyssey game store there. If you're anywhere near the area, come on out. In Pasadena, they've actually got, and we've talked about it before. They have cool games and cool stuff that you could play with your family, your friends, and such. And there's all different types. Magic the Gathering is only one of many that you're going to see, Jesse. And I'm telling you, you're going to be like, bring your money, bring your pocketbook, because there might be a couple that you see. You go, I recently tuned in and got like a Marvel game. So you might beat me at Magic, but I can beat you at Spider-Man versus.
Oh, we'll see. And you know what? I get paid on Friday.
so good job. Save it. And there you go. How are you guys tuning in? Let's see. We got lots of stories. A little bit later, we're going to be talking about something very interesting. And it's superhumans. Is that even possible? Cyborg-like enhancements, modifications to humans. Usually the type of stuff that you would see in a movie. But a new report examines how latest advancements in biotechnology and genetic modifications could lead to creating superhumans. We're going to be talking to an organization, CNA Corporation, actually. The team focused on special operations, cyber operations, and intelligence to include artificial intelligence and autonomy. We'll be talking about the special activities and intelligence operations for the Center for Naval Analysis at the CNA Corporation, David Broyle. So it's going to be a very interesting discussion that we're going to have around the corner. What do you see happening around the corner with that? It's already doing so. I could say this much. I mean, you got people testing all different types of technology, and you got to be ahead of it, not behind it. So I don't know how much of it I'm happy for, and other parts I'm like, oh no, we're going down the steep, slippery slope of yikes, right? I mean, I feel like they need to watch Terminator again. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I really don't want my toaster or waffle maker attacking me. So do not make those smart AI enabled. So yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Let's see. We got people tuning in around the world. Let's see. Katya Wunderland from Switzerland says hello, everyone. Rosalie saying good morning. Stephanie saying hello. Happy editing this glorious snowy, chill, sunshine day for today's busy day ahead. All right, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with our radio audience just around the corner. Stay tuned for more right after this.
Good morning. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill from the KMET Weather Center. For the Beaumont and the Banning area for the daytime hours, expect patchy fog for the morning, cloudy skies early, sunny for the afternoon, high 64. For the daytime on the IE area, expect a side temperature shower, cloudy skies early, sunny for the afternoon, high 68. And for the daytime in the Coachella Valley, sunny skies at high 81. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV. Glad to have each and every one of you with us. A lot of stuff to talk about today, including superhumans. Is it a thing that can happen? Is it a thing that might happen? Well, it's an interesting discussion we're going to have with CNA's Director of Special Activities and Intelligence Teams, David Broyles, who's heading up the Center for Naval Analysis, and that's at the CNA Corporation. You can check out all their information there. It's a nonprofit research and analysis organization in Washington, D.C., the metro area. They analyze national security and public policy problems. So we'll be talking about that around the corner. Very interesting discussion. Often just sci-fi. Is it real? Is it not? And are we going down the path of destruction at the end of the day, or are some of these things able to help us out? And who knows? I mean, if I ever got into an accident, I would like some additional things to help me be able to repair and or fix myself. What about you, Jesse?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome if I can fall down and like just instantly repair myself.
Yeah, it would be. So quite a possibility. Who knows? Let's go to our social media chat room there. We got Stephanie Reed. Hello, happy editing. This glorious, snowy, chill, sunshine day for today's busy day ahead. Rosalie says good morning. Switzerland is in the house, says good morning. Hello, everyone. Katia Wunderland. Diana Carbajal, good morning to the whole Breakfast Club. Thank you, Diana, living in Downey. Awesome. Okay, National Day of Sorts and National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day, National Kindergarten Day, National Yellow Bat Day, and National Administrative Professionals Day. Of these, which will you celebrate today, Jesse?
I'll go with those chocolate cashews because that actually sounds pretty good.
How did I know you're gonna pick that one? I was like, anything with food. I just knew. No, that's good. I'm glad you didn't choose some of the others. National Covered Cashews Day. Cashews are actually really good for you. The cashew is a tree from the family Anacardiaceae. In English, that name comes from Portuguese for the fruit of the cashew tree, caju. Originally native to northeastern Brazil, cashew trees are now widely grown in tropical climates for their cashew fruit and nuts. With leaves arranged spirally in a leathery texture, the evergreen cashew tree grows up to 32 feet tall. Grows with an irregularly shaped trunk. The buds produce small flowers that start pale green and turn reddish, each having 5 slender, acute petals. The cashew nutshell is actually toxic. Who knew? But producers shell the cashew before selling it to consumers. While many people enjoy the cashew nut for its buttery flavor on its own, adding chocolate makes it even more enjoyable. It makes a great gift during the winter holidays. People enjoy chocolate-covered cashews all year long. How can you observe it? Well, you can go ahead and, of course, make some great, terrific party snacks. Add them to a trail mix or keep a dish of them by your desk to ward off the munchies. Share your favorite recipes and let us know about that. There is one here. It's a microwave chocolate cashew cluster. You place chocolate in 2-quart glass measure, cook on high 2.5 minutes, add cashews, stir until blended, drop the mixture by teaspoonfuls until waxed onto wax paper, let stand until firm, makes about 1.5 pounds. You can make your own semi-sweet chocolate chopped with a pound of semi-sweet chocolate and then some of the cashews. So there you go. And you just microwave it. How cool is that? So what do you think about that, Jesse? That sounds like good fun for the family.
It does. I love making those little dessert treats in the microwave, especially if you just like don't have access to all the cooking stuff.
Yeah.
It's always a fun thing to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, lots of stories in the news. Of course, the question of the day is, are you safe? I certainly hope so. Jesse, you've got a pretty good something to look forward to this coming Friday. What is it?
Oh, yes. This Friday, a new movie comes out in theater if you have access to one, and HBO Max. I I don't know if you read my post yesterday. I posted, "Do not watch the 7 minutes of this video or movie."
Oh, I didn't. That's a tease. I haven't looked at your. No.
It really is a tease because I was just like I wasn't really thinking too much of it. It was the first 7 minutes of the new Mortal Kombat movie, and yeah, I gotta say I got instantly hooked. I was like 7 minutes, and once those 7 minutes were up, I was like, my jaw dropped. I was like, that's it, no. But it's okay because in 2 to 3 days it will be out for everyone to watch.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because I am actually looking forward to that. It does look good. It looks like it's the way to go, and I think it's the type of action we need, right? So let's do that. Okay.
Hopefully, no fights start out because I don't know about you, but whenever I hear that music, it just gets me going. No.
Oh, with the
Mortal Kombat theme.
Yeah. What's your favorite character though to play? Did you ever play it?
Oh, I wasted so many quarters on that when I was a kid. In the original one, I would always play as either Sub-Zero or Scorpion. I like the ninjas.
Got it. Okay, so okay, then that makes sense. Go check it out, and and again, I have to recommend if you're not going to do the movie theater, do the drive-in. It's fun. You could do a double feature at some of these places. Yeah, much fun. Apple unveiled new devices yesterday that might tempt remote workers to upgrade, improve displays and sound. Could make your next Zoom session even better. Apple's betting that its new devices will keep it riding high after setting record revenue at the end of last year. People need technology, especially remote learning. Apple CEO Tim Cook kicked off an hour-long virtual event from the company's Cupertino campus. He said, after the challenges of the past year, we're optimistic. Brighter days are just in front of us. Cook and a team of Apple leaders showed off a thinner, faster, and very colorful new iMac desktop computer and a dazzling new iPad Pro that features improved cameras, microphone speakers that will make Zoom calls better than ever. Roger Chang said from CNET News, there are not exactly everyday items. They're definitely premium items, but you will see demand that's fairly broad-based. They introduced a new color for the iMac, purple. The new devices will be available in late May. Along with their competitors, they face a supply chain challenge due to a drought in Taiwan that is impacting production of chips. They said it's going to take a while to sort itself out, months if not a year, to really sort itself out. Apple's not immune. They have the luxury of being a massive company with a lot of weight when it comes to dealing with suppliers. They very rarely run into major shortages, so they're really calibrating expectations properly. That's according to Mark Avena, who is the senior analyst with more insights and strategy. They said they're giving themselves a little wiggle room in terms of initial delivery of these new systems. Apple also revealed the AirTag. The AirTag, when attached to keys or other personal items, it will allow you to locate a missing or misplaced item through a network of Apple devices. So some interesting stuff that's coming out. And of course, Apple always ahead of the curve and sometimes leading the pack. Will it lead the pack in this way? I don't know, but I think, questions abound. I will say this AirTag actually looked kind of cool. For those of you wondering what it looks like, let me bring it up. But have you ever lost anything that you're like, I can tell you right now, I'm looking for a cell phone that I cannot find. It's one that, when you switch out and then you have a new device, you kind of switch things out, right?
Okay.
But this is the AirTag. Lose your neck for losing things. Yeah, and so it's a super easy way to keep track of your stuff. Attach to your keys, slip another in your backpack. You're on your radar in the Find My app, where you can also track down your Apple devices, keep up with friends and family. Starting at $29, order starting at 5 a.m. on in 2 days. Available at the end of the month, April 30th. And so that's a good idea, right? Like, look at that. That's kind of cool. If you want to stalk your friends, just kidding.
Okay, now, so you attach it to your item, and if you lose it, you can track it.
Yeah, it has the cold, warm, warmer, and hot feature. If your AirTag is nearby, your iPhone can lead you straight to it with precision finding. You'll see the distance to your AirTag and the direction to head in, all thanks to ultra wideband technology. It works with the iPhone 11 all the way up to iPhone 12 Pro or Pro Max. And, that's fun, kind of fun, like just finding stuff, with the kids.
That is actually cool, but they actually already have a product like this.
Yeah, they do, actually. I know.
You remember? I think we were talking about it was the Tile.
Yeah, Yeah, the tile's perfectly for that. Well, Apple's got to get in on it.
Yeah, I know, but this will probably get more advertisement than
Oh, for
Tile.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's like
Yeah.
no one ever heard of Tile. I've told people about it. They're like, "Whoa, what's that?"
Yeah, you're right. Well, and I will say, theirs is kind of sleek. It looks kind of cool. It says a one tag setup instantly connects your AirTag with your iPhone or iPad. Enter a name for your AirTag, attach it to the item you want to track, and you're good to go. So for $29, it's definitely something I think it's worth looking at, right? That's a pretty good affordable rate. So I'm kind of on the fence on that. I think it would be kind of a cool addition. Who doesn't have an iPhone? So. But the tag does work. I just think, like you said, I think they're going to be ahead of it, as far as what works versus what doesn't. So, I mean, that I don't see any problems with an Apple. I've never had an Apple problem other than like an upload that I didn't care for, right? Or an update, I mean.
There's only one problem I had with Apple, and I could probably get rid of it now. It's like, okay, I don't know about you, but mysteriously, I had a U2 album like years ago pop up on my Apple thing that won't go away.
Dude, give me your iPhone. I love Apple. I mean, you too. You don't like you too? I love you too. Oh! It was that one release that they had, right? Because they did the big thing, and they were trying to promote Apple Music at the time.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember buying any music. Dang it! Am I gonna get charged for this? And then my friend was like, "No, it's free. Everyone got it." I was like, "How do I get rid of it?"
Yeah, I'll admit I don't remember hearing that song. So all their other songs I like, but that one I'm not sure. Walk for the Wild. It's a virtual fundraiser to launch tomorrow for the LA Zoo. The Greater LA Zoo Association, a month-long virtual fitness fundraiser to raise funds to support the LA Zoo and its species-saving work. It will begin on Earth Day and run until Endangered Species Day, which is May 21st. Walk for the Wild. So, first of all, have you been to the LA Zoo anytime recently, Jesse?
Honestly, I have not been to the zoo. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been to the zoo. I think I had a dream I was at the zoo when I was a kid, but to be honest, I don't know if that's a memory, a dream, or what. So as far as I know, I haven't been to the zoo.
Like maybe it was a school project, because I have those memories too where I'm like, I know I've been to as a kid.
In my dream I was with kids. I was in a school.
Yeah. So maybe it wasn't a dream, or maybe it was, and it's your forward, future of seeing what happens soon. Walk for the Wild, you can check it out. It's at lazoo.org, and it's pretty cool here. It's a global journey to save wildlife. Something that I think is good for people to remember. Of course, we got our own species just trying to be taken care of in our own backyard. Participants will take a virtual walk around the world to explore global conservation impact. Participants will be rewarded throughout the journey with the digital fitness and fundraising badges, exclusive content, plus rewards based on fundraising level. Because it's easy for anyone to participate, Walk for the Wild encourages the entire LA community to engage in a lifelong philanthropic relationship with the LA Zoo's wildlife conservation mission. From school children to grandparents, whoever you are, you can save species from extinction and be a conservation hero. Participants of all abilities and ages are encouraged to participate in the activity for their choosing. They can choose to join individually or as a group. You register at lazoo.org, Walk for the Wild. Skechers, along with other donors, will make a $45 matching donation toward the personal fundraisers of the first 500 people who register on Earth Day. Michael Greenberg, president of Skechers, said they're proud to inspire the community to get outside, get fit, and walk for the wild to benefit the LA Zoo and threatened species. The LA Zoo is one of the most beloved destinations, and of course, a great way to help out our local animals. So there you go. Walk for the Wild is a global journey, and I'm gonna definitely check this out. We'll show you guys this on a commercial break, and or maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Top Line Industrial Supply, your destination for industrial tools and supplies. We make hoses while you wait, hydraulic, air, water, and custom brake lines. Take advantage of our large selection of fasteners from grade 5 to grade F911 and a full line of stainless steel bolts. Our no-cost outside shop service keeps you stocked at no extra charge. Come by one of our 2 convenient locations in Beaumont and Temecula and visit top-lineindustrial.com. At Top Line Industrial, we don't just sell products, we sell solutions.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness, 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have each and every one of you with us. Got lots of questions about the last statement that we had. lazoo.org. Plan your visit. It's all right there. You can check it out. And it looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, Jesse. I'm kind of ready to do this. And I think it is something good for the whole family. It really is. So if you got to go check it out, it's lazoo.org/walk for the wild. They have a really cool video to kind of get your heart into it. And in a nutshell, you register for yourself, your entire household, then join or form a team and start fundraising and training for the walk that starts on Earth Day, April 22nd. The walk is a virtual journey propelled by the real world steps of all event participants. You, from April 22nd to May 21st, record your activity, walking, hiking, biking, dancing through your favorite fitness tracker or manually. How cool is that? You track everyone's collective progress around the world in real time with a virtual map to 8 conservation destinations. Unlock exclusive content about featured animals and destinations, plus the heroic people who are working there. Earn fundraising rewards based on your donation total and compete for top individual and team prizes. You can travel more than 14,000 collective miles around the globe to raise awareness of endangered species and efforts to save them. Meet the fundraising goal of $150,000 to sustain the zoo's vital conservation and community efforts. The steps you take and dollars you raise support the LA Zoo and its nonprofit partner, the Greater Los Angeles Zoo Association, known as GLAZA. For registration, standard walker registration, they have a t-shirt for $45, and then they have a medal, which is actually kind of cool, I'm not going to lie, with a gorilla on it. And I'm thinking I kind of almost somewhat. I'm not a walker, but if I were, this would want to motivate me to walk with the entire family. So Jesse, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we should challenge some of our people to do this. The t-shirt, and look at the medal. Do you see the medal? The medal looks kind of cool, Jesse.
Ooh, I kind of want a medal. That'd be awesome. I wouldn't mind doing it.
And you support $65, right? Medal plus t-shirt. So you get the t-shirt and the medal. Okay, I remember doing that when I was a kid, something like that. Yeah. They have other fundraising goals. A gorilla plush, $150, $300 for a water bottle backpack. Of course, it's nonprofit, so you're donating, and then you get to have some fun, and then you get to do some other cool stuff, and then you pick up the t-shirt at the LA Zoo for pickup during specified hours. So there you go. I'm wondering if they could deliver it though. But
how many miles are we supposed to walk?
I think as many as you can. Really,
okay.
It's a collective. You know what I mean? So it's not like you have to walk 14,000. So
gotcha. Now that after seeing that medal, I kind of want the medal, and I'm gonna name it after Harambe.
Okay, so it says join or start a team. So check this out. Walk for the Wild, global journey to save wildlife. So I'm checking it out right now. And then you could share it. You could tweet about it. How to participate. Walking for the Wild. Blah, blah, blah. Register. Blah, 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 blah. Get more stuff. Here we go. Our collective goals. We invite you to join us. Our participation will help us collectively travel 14,000 miles around the globe to support your transit. Oh, look at this. Need help converting your activities to miles? Look at this. Activity to miles conversion. This is good just for exercisers, okay? Because I got hit up by a place in Pasadena, which was like, come on out for the day. I'm like, you're just trying to recruit me for free. But and then they're like, it's $20 a month. But I'm like, okay. But check this out. Activity to miles conversion chart, time to equal 1 mile. If you do basketball for 11 minutes, that's 1 mile. I could get around that. Bicycling leisurely, 20 minutes. Bicycling moderate, 10 minutes. Again, not in place because I don't know if that works. Let's see. Which one gets to 1 mile really quick? Treadmill? Well, obviously 1 mile, 1 mile. Okay. I don't know which one tracks when you do on the treadmill when you're in one spot. Do you, Jesse?
No, I do not. I just wrote something in the comments for if you want to get a bunch of miles going.
Yeah.
All you got to do, put some meat in your back pocket and start running from a dog.
So there you go.
That'll get you running that motivation.
But look at this, Tai Chi. You do Tai Chi for 24 minutes, boom, equal to 1 mile. How cool is that? Stretching, 3 hours and 33 minutes. You do stretching, that's equal to 1 mile of movement. How cool is that?
3 hours of stretch, I'd rather just walk a mile. Don't stretch for 3 hours.
This is actually really good. Look, jump rope for 8 minutes, moderate or fast, boom, equivalent. So there you go. Fitness goal, fundraising goal, there you go. And that's how cool you could do it. So look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, so there you go. Some really cool stuff. And I think you all need to check it out. So if you're looking for something fun and to stop, of course, sitting around doing nothing, that's definitely one of them. Okay, we got to take another break here in the morning show. We'll be back just around the corner talking about superhumans coming up next here on this show. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
The Beljanski Foundation offers you the scientific approach to healing used successfully by Francois Mitterrand, the former president of France. The Beljanski Foundation offers you non-toxic, scientifically supported methods to regain your health. Visit the Beljanski Foundation website, www.beljanski.org. You'll be glad you did. That's www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Foundation. The information is essential. The Beljanski Foundation. www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Method, now in America. www.beljanski.org.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
Hi, I'm Frederick Penny of Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. I bet you're tired of hearing lawyer commercials. So just relax and listen to music for a few seconds. When you or a family member has been injured, call 800-616-4LAW or see us at pennyandassociates.com. See, that wasn't so bad.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Of course, with our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn audience. We appreciate each and every one of you. A lot of really cool stuff happening around the world, but more importantly, especially in our own backyard, with biotechnology and genetic modifications definitely accelerating. The question is, where are we going from here? Are we able to create superhumans? Are they just science fiction type things, or are they real? And to speak with us on this very subject is somebody who knows a lot about the subject, David Broyles, the Director of Special Activities and Intelligence Operations for the Center for Naval Analysis at CNA Corporation. He's got the latest information there. David, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Aaron. Thanks.
Yeah, David, let's jump into this. I understand that there's some really cool organ and sensory parts, brain-computer interfaces, and wearables, prosthetics especially. A lot of people need this stuff, especially we have had interviewed some that had gotten, they knew of people that got burned and or need these things. But where are we at with all of this?
Yeah, it's really neat to look at where the technology is going. And what we're seeing that has been done even just recently is something as amazing as eyesight restoration. So we've seen experiments with people who have lost their eyesight due to various reasons. And scientists have created ways for them to start to regain parts of that. Now, that technology is still in a very nascent phase. And so you could kind of liken it to the very low resolution images that we had maybe 30 years ago on computers. But as time is going to go on, right, that resolution will get better of the eyesight that's being able to be restored, and it's on a really amazing trajectory on what they can do now, but it'll be getting even better in the future.
Okay. Obviously, I mean, and that's good for eyesight. I've noticed some really cool prosthetics like that. Let's talk about the bioengineering and genetic engineering advances, especially with biohackers. I had this conversation with my mom after watching a Netflix episode of Biohackers, and I thought, okay, where are we at, especially with the Navy, the security? How far do we go? What's good? What's helping our own, especially those that are needing it, like the eye. I mean, if I needed my eye restored, that's what I want. But what else are you seeing that's really able to help us, even in the defense category? Because I would imagine some of these are being like the eye, like being able to zoom in. Can I zoom in or zoom from very far like an eagle?
Right. So, the biohackers are a really good example of this innate desire that humans have to improve themselves. So the biohackers are this sort of very informal group, right? There's no formal membership to be a biohacker, but anyone who's interested in taking control of their own biology and tweaking it. So that could be something as using a fitness tracker to maximize your workouts and your fitness levels. But it might also be, running experiments in your garage that are designed to insert a glowing gene into yeast and then brew some glowing beer out of the results. So it's an interesting community of hobbyists, really, that has developed around looking at what they can do with these technologies in their own homes and sometimes, with their own bodies. But you mentioned kind of also what is the interest in the defense area for this. And clearly, there's a lot of application that could be for not only for, say, soldiers on the battlefield, but also in restoring capabilities to soldiers that have experienced loss of a limb or other capabilities during a conflict. And so we're seeing great advances in areas such as that, with the development of myoelectric prostheses, which allow, in sort of the older days of prosthetic really didn't do much, but now these devices can tap into the neuromuscular structure of a person, and they can now control that prosthetic limb with their own muscles, kind of like they would have if it had been their actual hand. So we're seeing those types of developments as well.
Okay, obviously, I think we're at the point where all these things are happening. Just because you can, should you? I mean, some of the cool stuff sounds good, but I could imagine the implications that there's no real ethical training on this. Like I said, when it comes to people doing it from their garage, because sometimes you could, just because you can make something glow, does that mean that it's good for the? I mean, I've heard of like animals being able to be operated and then glowing because they have a certain new genome added to them. It is how do you prevent that from getting out of hand?
That's a good question. And it's important to know that, right, progress with these technologies is inevitable. We're going to continue to see, scientists and researchers develop more powerful tools, and these tools are going to naturally become more available to the general public. So it's important to be having discussions about that should question. Well, what do we really want to have happening where we're applying these things to different problems that we're facing? How do we want to be using these together as a society? And those are the discussions that are really happening right now. And it's important to be part of that discussion and help shape that future.
Let's talk about what you guys do there. The CNA Corporation, obviously a lot of people unaware what it is you do, which is a lot of research and analyses for Washington, D.C. and security and public policy problems. What are some things that you see coming up that we need to fix?
Well, we do a variety of research. We focus on efforts for the Navy and the Marine Corps, but we do work for the entire Department of Defense with those types of questions and issues. We're working on a variety of problems, anything from the readiness of our military forces, right? There's always concern about what's the current state of our warfighters and helping them get better about being prepared to do their missions. And we're also taking a look at, the policies in place to help make those things happen, the technologies themselves. My team, for example, also does work in the autonomy and AI area, which is also obviously a very sort of burgeoning area that has lots of potential, but still lots of questions about what are we going to do with these technologies as they come online? What are the things that we need to be thinking about and the questions we need to be asking, and the safeguards that we need to be putting in place so that we use these things effectively and don't let them affect us.
Yeah, I do like the idea of exoskeletons like Iron Man. So I'm ready for that. How soon are we for that?
I'm afraid we're probably a number of decades out on the Iron Man level of capability. But if you had ever heard of the Talos project, right, the Special Operations and Command in particular was the one that had pushed out on that project, which was to develop an exoskeleton-like capability for their warfighters. they had to cancel that project within the last year or so because basically what they recognized was they were a little bit ahead of their time on where they wanted to go with this. But in the meantime, where they had gotten with the project was they developed a number of capabilities such as lighter and more effective armor that they were then able to actually use and say, okay, well, we didn't build the Iron Man's exoskeleton that we wanted, but we built some interesting things along the way, and we've actually been able to incorporate that back into our warfighters' hands today.
Well, David, I know we run out of time. Thank you for spending time with us. David Broyles, all the way at CNA. We're going to go check out some of the stuff you have there. It's very simple, cna.org. Thank you for spending time with us here on the morning show.
Thanks, Aaron. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. For more information, go to cna.org. You'll see all the information right there. They've got 646 employees, 512 researchers, 76 years of experience there. They're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. They got all the information there. But some very interesting story, especially the superhumans part. If you want some more information there, we'll go ahead and tweet it out for you as well to go ahead and check that out. Genetic engineering. It's a very interesting discussion, one that requires more like an hour and a half discussion on it, because it's pretty amazing when you find out all the different things that they do. They have a superhumans implications of genetic engineering and human-centered bioengineering PDF that you could check out on their CNA website, and it's all right there. So if it's all unclassified information as well, so you can find all the information. Here are some of the headlines here: genetic engineering, human-centered bioengineering, more than cyborgs, including prosthetics, brain-computer interfaces, other implants, wearables, and then, of course, how it affects the United States, China, Russia, biohackers, general trends and challenges, consider for the U.S. military under regulations, genetic engineering, human-centered bioengineering, and summary of other regulations. So it's all right there. You can check it out and find out a lot of information. If you like to absorb information, this is the type of thing that is not sci-fi. This is really happening. And I think for some of this stuff, Jesse, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit on the fence on it. Does that make any sense?
Depends on what stuff you have that you're questioning.
Yeah, like this one is a gene gun used for biolistics. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Gene editing technologies suffer from off-target effects, a euphemism for editing that occurs at unintended parts of a genome in a multicellular organism. And editing action may not affect all cells equally, resulting in a mosaic organism, meaning an organism has a mixture of corrected and uncorrected cells. The editing and insertion methods involve removing target cells of interest, editing them in vitro, and then redelivering the cells to the host. In vivo delivery is possible most commonly with adeno-associated viral vectors, but non-viral methods are available. Other challenges to successful gene editing include host immune response and DNA damage response. So they're showing all this stuff. It's all right there, including heritable editing in humans.
Interesting.
I'm going to have to read this and get back to you. So we're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll find out more information right after this. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 12ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.12ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com. mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. And if I can recommend you to check out something that I think, if anything, you could do like a storyline on this, Jesse. I kid you not. This unclassified information, at first I'm like, okay, it's a lot of reading. I don't have time to get through it. So I kind of did a little speed read session right now. There is some very interesting stuff I didn't know that is factual, Jesse. And if you said this to some of your friends, they would think that you're like, you've lost your mind, that you're like just creating something out of nothing.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so let me see if I can bring it up here. Okay, here we go. Here is an iron prosthetic hand that happened in, this is good history, Guts of the Iron Hand. In 1480, July 23rd, 1562, this was kind of one of the very early, this is all unclassified information, by the way. With a broad definition of cyborg, we want to include technologies such as exoskeletons and wearable technology. We use the term human-centered bioengineering. This is all in the report that they've, put together. But how cool is that? You see, like that was like an early on drawing of an iron prosthetic hand, right?
That actually looks pretty cool.
Now we go to here, Ramey Davis, who uses a myoelectric hero arm with a Marvel Iron Man cover. I think I've seen this kid who was given, I think it was done by Iron Man's very own actor. He helped connect him with this, right? It's with 3D printing, it's made prosthetic devices cheaper and easier. And for kids like this is super important, right? I mean, look at the dexterity of that.
Wow.
All right. Now, okay. So you're like, okay, well, that's interesting. I've seen these called the third thumb experiment with neurocognitive effects of augmentation, which, okay, like you have your 5 fingers and then it includes an additional one and it helps you do other stuff, which I think is good for typing, but I'm sure there's other cool stuff as well, sensory and organ parts. And here's what's called the ECI, a biomimetic eye in comparison with a traditional human eye. Okay, there's again, research that Hong Kong University of Science and Technology published the concept for an artificial eye that sees like a human eye. Their electrochemical eye uses a novel manufacturing method to create a dense collection of light-sensitive nanowires made of the mineral perovskite. The proof of concept model had a low resolution of 100 nanowires, but the researchers claim improvements could result in resolution even better than human eyes and with the potential to distinguish other areas of the electromagnetic spectrum, such as infrared. So there's that. Then there's brain-computer interfaces. They've got stuff with the Neuralink, an overview of the Neuralink. So they have some updates on that, including wearables. This is interesting. Example of stretchable sensors incorporated into clothes for health monitoring. You've seen a lot of this stuff. It looks cool. We've talked a little bit about it. Then they have the prototype Talos suit, right? Which you're seeing a lot more of for, those that are, putting themselves in harm's way. The exoskeleton, right? That's in here as well. But I want to show you something that I thought was interesting. And then they have gene editing type things that can edit genes, oddly enough. There's kits here, an example of genetic engineering products for online purchase. They're showing how people are getting them and then, can modify at home. But not only something I recommend, NFC implants, but this is all very public information with LED and installed in a hand. Now, this one, I'm a little on the fence on, but some have done exactly that to control an electronic device through hand gestures. The cyborg artist Neil Harbison, who was born with achromatopsia, total color blindness, had an antenna implanted in his skull in 2004, which he uses to hear and feel colors as audible vibrations sent through his skull. He's made other modifications to his body, including a Bluetooth tooth, kid you not, a Bluetooth tooth that can communicate via vibrations to another tooth, and a solar crown that marks solar time by a point of heat and rotates around his head. Then there's the version of the North Star implant that you can see these kids actually put into their skin. I don't know if you would do that, Jesse. This is what, if you look at Biohackers, it's an interesting show on Netflix. This is what people are doing. So is it right? Is it wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? I will say there's some things that kids are like, go to school and learn it and then do it there. But
I don't know. I would not get anything implanted in me. At least not yet. I don't want to be the guinea pig.
Yeah, here's the conclusion after everything that you'll see in here. Science fiction stories have long dreamed of wild and fantastic possibilities, exploring futures with incredible technologies and capabilities. Faster than light travel and interplanetary alliances may still be far off in the future. We now find ourselves on the cusp of possibilities that only imaginative authors have described and explored. So they said we must prepare today for the upgraded tomorrow. Like it or not, these things are happening, so you got to be careful with it, right? I could tell you the whole different, like, you could create a show on each and every one of them of the implications of good versus bad. There was something that I saw that I didn't even know was a thing. And again, this is all very public information. You can find at CNA.org. And it had to deal with certain gene editing situations, which might be a good read and might get your mind around some stuff like, okay, if we could do all of this, what can we do for people going forward, right?
Right.
I mean, what could we help out, or what can we do for others? For example, here's a couple very interesting things. In 2015, a Chinese scientist edited the genome of human embryos in an attempt to correct a genetic blood disease. The scientists used abnormal in vitro fertilized embryos and destroyed them after the experiment. Yeah, I want to see why. In late 2018, scientists in China, He Jiankui, reported the birth of gene-edited twin girls with a second and third pregnancy still underway, the so-called CRISPR babies. Have you heard of that?
No, and I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, you should be. The scientists attempted to incorporate an edit to infer HIV resistance, as well as an additional edit to lower bad cholesterol production. Global researchers condemned the announcement. Further revelations suggested that the experiment did not go as cleanly as the research team thought. China's National Health Commission ordered an investigation into the work. In January 2019, the university fired the lead researcher. Some sources suggested that the Chinese government may have funded the CRISPR baby research. However, an investigation by Guangdong Providence claimed that he raised his own funds. In the aftermath of the CRISPR babies, at least one Russian scientist has openly announced his plans to perform a similar edit for HIV resistance, claiming he has a technique to eliminate off-target edits. Now, CRISPR, if you don't know what that stands for, it is a family of DNA sequences found in the genomes of organisms such as bacteria and other such things that I cannot pronounce because I didn't go to school for this. But there's a lot of I remember reading about it in a book about gene editing, and I always thought that sounded kind of cool. It's something that, of course, people look at, but it's ways to manipulate DNA, which is good in the right laboratory and bad when you could just do it from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of wonder where we're at with that. So, but there you go. It's a thing. What does that mean for you? I don't know. Like, it's good, and then it's not good. You know what I mean?
Is it? I don't know. As long as the technology is used appropriately and not used to create like some super villains, I'm okay with it.
But again, these like babies being like edited on before, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. It really is.
Yeah, it's yeah. All right, so there you go. It is a thing. But since the 90s, we've been able to read DNA sequences of genomes with CRISPR. Humankind now has the power to rewrite the sequences of at least small regions of the genome. Horrific human genetic diseases such as sickle cell anemia could be potentially erased from human genome in the future. This is according to explorebiology.org. Most of the engineering was accomplished by nature itself, specifically from a type of immune system that bacteria uses to defend themselves from viruses. It's true, our DNA is constantly learning throughout time. That's why, it's kind of interesting when you look at time and how things, but you know what? I'm all for cool exoskeletons. Make me stronger to be able to do what I got to do throughout the day. What do you guys think about it? Good idea? Bad idea? Let's see. El Genie says, as long as they aren't a man side, just like hit lower. There you go. So yeah. And then you have a good suggestion of the Dr. What was it? Dr. Monroe or Dr. Moreau?
Well, no, because your whole story reminded me of a story I read a couple days ago about Japan approving human animal hybrids. So I'm just like, oh my God, please don't let it be like an Island of Dr. Moreau scenario.
I guarantee you someone's doing it under the radar, but there you go. Anyway, all right, so we got lots to talk about tomorrow, not today. We'll see you tomorrow. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone. And for those still tuning in, it is an interesting discussion. Could you, should you, is it right, is it wrong? The fact that you could do it in your own backyard, is it right, is it wrong? People are able to do things. Look, I'm all for technology and, coming up with stuff that is pretty cool. But these CRISPR babies, where are they now? In fact, we're going to look this up because I didn't know about this, to be honest. What happens to the CRISPR twins? Okay, so let me look this up. Actually, let's see. Here is a worldsciencefestival.com website, and CRISPR in context: the new world of human genetic engineering. So it's got some information here. Lots of questions. I got questions on. Is it the right thing? Is it not? Do you do the right thing? World Science Festival kind of covers that. It says the first children genetically engineered with a powerful DNA editing tool called CRISPR, CRISPR, Cas9, has been born to a woman in China. The altered genes will be passed to their children and their children's children. So they're exploring the perils and promise of the powerful technology. It's not the first time human ingenuity has created something capable of doing good and or great harm. Are we able to figure out what is going to happen from there on? And so that's a discussion there. It looks like a really cool YouTube channel too, of how they talk about that. I will say, let's see, Lulu and Nana are the ones that actually were the CRISPR genome edited babies. And I do remember something like this about it. But according to this, it's been 2 years since the Chinese researcher and ex-professor at the Southern University of Science and Technology in China created the first germline edited babies. He sparked an international outcry, was sentenced to prison for 3 years for violating government bans. He claimed to give the twins, known by their pseudonames Lulu and Nana, resistance to HIV by disabling a gene involved in helping HIV enter healthy cells. However, the hard facts remain unclear. It's come to light that a third child was born. A court in Shenzhen found he and 2 collaborators had forged ethical review documents and misled doctors into unknowingly implanting gene-edited embryos into 2 women. One gave birth to twins in November 2018. It's not clear when the third child was born. There's almost no information available about the third child. He was fined 3 million and the yen, and the Chinese government tightened restrictions on human genome editing policies. Experts from around the world agree there are safer, more effective ways to prevent HIV infections. The experiment was deemed irresponsible, premature, and unjustified, as it posed or exposed the babies to risks associated with genome editing for no benefit. So there's a lot of still information on this. Another fault was the edited cells were not edited in the intended way. A small section was supposed to be deleted to mimic a naturally occurring mutation called Delta 32. A biochemist, and there's all kinds of information there. Lulu has an entirely different CCR5 mutation. Nana has 2. And so now the youth of today have to deal with these different mutations, and how will they look? Here's the reality. Is this something that is real? Yes. Is it something that I recommend we all do? No. And there you go. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I feel bad for the babies who were like edited upon, and even the parent was like, I didn't exactly approve of this. So would you be okay with that happening with your family? I don't think so, but there you go. All right, people, make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, live it well, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on the morning show. Bye-bye, everyone.